Okay, so job interviews, right?
Yeah.
They're like a universal experience.
Yeah, pretty much.
We've all been there, kind of sweating it out,
Mm,
trying to, make the best impression possible.
for sure.
But today, we're going deeper.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to dive deep into some of the toughest interview questions out there.
Sounds intense.
It's like boot camp, but for your brain.
I like it. Boot camp for the brain.
We're using hardest job interview questions as our guide.
Ooh, good source.
And what's interesting is that these tricky questions, they're not just about finding the quote-unquote right answer.
Right.
They're about how you think,
Yeah, how you approach things.
how you handle challenges, and whether you'd be a good fit.
Exactly. So it doesn't matter if you've got tons of experience or you're just starting out.
This is for everyone.
Everyone.
Okay, so I'm looking at this book,
Yeah.
and I see a lot of questions that are about selling yourself.
Okay, yeah. Like,
Like, tell me about yourself.
right.
What are your greatest strengths?
Right.
But then, bam, they hit you with the weaknesses question.
Ooh, yeah. That one's tough.
It feels like a balancing act. Like
Yeah.
you want to be confident, but not arrogant.
It's all about understanding what they're really asking.
So with tell me about yourself,
Yeah.
it's easy to just repeat your resume,
Oh, yeah. Big mistake.
but they want more, right?
Way more. They want to know what makes you tick, why you're here.
So it's not just what you've done, it's why.
Exactly. Connect the dots between your experience and the job.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, for strengths, I guess you got to be specific.
Absolutely. Don't just say you're a hard worker. Give it an example.
Like a time you really went above and beyond.
Exactly. Show, don't tell.
But then there's that dreaded weaknesses question.
Oh, yeah.
The book talks about spinning a negative into a positive.
Right. Like, I'm just too dedicated.
But that always feels fake to me.
It definitely can. They really want to see self-awareness.
So you should pick a real weakness.
Yes, but frame it positively.
So, like, I'm working on my public speaking, and I joined Toastmasters.
Perfect. It shows you're trying to improve.
It's not about being perfect, it's about growing.
Okay, so we've talked about selling yourself, but what about questions about your past?
Past jobs, experiences, yeah.
Like, why are you leaving your current job? Or, tell me about your biggest mistake.
Mm-hmm. Tricky territory.
Is honesty always the best policy?
It is, but you have to frame things positively.
So spin those lemons into lemonade.
Exactly. Let's say you were laid off. You don't dwell on the negative.
So you'd say something like, my position was eliminated, but this gave me a chance to explore new things.
Exactly. You acknowledge the situation, but focus on the positive.
I like that. It reminds me of another question. Describe your ideal job.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
How do you find that sweet spot between too specific and too vague?
Align your answer with the company's values and the role.
So not, I want to be CEO someday.
No, probably not the best approach.
More like, I want to use my skills and whatever to help this company reach their goals.
You got it. Research the company. Show them you fit in.
All these questions about your past and motivation, they're looking for more than skills, right?
Definitely. They're looking at your character, your values.
You'll be a good fit for the team.
Exactly.
It's a lot.
It is. That's why preparation is key.
Having those stories ready can boost your confidence.
No doubt. It's about owning your narrative.
Okay, so we've covered selling yourself, past experiences, but what about curveball questions?
The ones that throw you off guard.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
are they allowed to ask that kind of questions?
Those are fun.
I'm especially curious about questions about being overqualified or having gaps in employment.
Yeah, those are common ones. And tricky.
Should we tackle those next?
Let's do it.
Okay, so last time we were about to dive into those curveball questions.
Yeah, the ones that make you go, huh, wait a minute.
Like, is that even allowed?
Yeah.
I always get tripped up by questions about being overqualified
Or
like having gaps in my work history.
it's like they're reading between the lines, you know?
They're looking for something,
Definitely. Like with overqualified, they're worried you'll get bored.
or that you'll jump ship as soon as you can.
Exactly.
So how do you convince them that you really want this job
You got to emphasize what excites you about it.
without sounding like you're settling?
Right. Focus on what you're looking forward to.
Learning new skills, working with a specific team.
Maybe there's a project that really speaks to you.
So you're basically taking control of the narrative.
You got it.
Okay, what about gaps in employment? Those can be tough.
Yeah, but everyone's career path is different.
Sometimes life happens.
Exactly. Just be honest about it, but put a positive spin on it.
So if you took time off to care for family, you could say that.
Absolutely. Or maybe you went back to school. traveled.
Volunteered.
All those experiences matter.
It shows you're a well-rounded person.
Yeah. Right. And you probably gained valuable skills during that time.
Like communication skills from volunteering.
Problem solving from traveling.
You can bring all of that to a new role.
For sure. Okay, ready for some really intense questions?
Oh boy, bring it on.
Behavioral and hypothetical questions.
Like, tell me about a time when...
Or the classic, sell me this pen scenario.
Those always make me so nervous.
Yeah, they're designed to put you on the spot.
It's all about how you think on your feet.
Exactly. You don't need the perfect answer.
Just show your thought process.
And that you can stay calm.
Okay, so deep breaths. Think it through.
Now, for those tell me about a time questions, the STAR method is your friend.
STAR. Vaguely familiar.
It stands for situation, task, action, result.
So it's like, tell a story.
Exactly. Set the scene, describe the situation, the task at hand, what you did, and the outcome.
So don't just say you're a good problem solver. Give a specific example.
You got it. And here's the key. Choose stories that highlight the skills they're looking for in this job.
So if they want a team player, talk about a successful collaboration.
Exactly. It's about tailoring your examples.
Okay, that's smart. Now, what about those hypothetical questions?
So what ifs?
Yeah, those feel even harder.
They're testing your creativity, your critical thinking.
How do you win at a hypothetical?
It's not about winning. It's about showing you can think strategically.
Consider different perspectives.
Yeah, and come up with solutions.
Okay, but like how... Sell me this pen, for example.
Ah, the classic. Focus on understanding the customer's needs.
You mean the interviewer.
Exactly. Figure out why they might need a pen.
Maybe they're a writer.
Or they need to sign important documents.
Then I can tailor my pitch to their needs.
Right. It's not about the pen itself. It's about solving their problem.
It's like a little puzzle.
Exactly. You're showing them you can adapt.
This is making me rethink how I approach interviews completely.
It's not just about your resume.
It's about showing who you are.
Your thought process, your values.
Interviewers want someone who'll be a good fit.
Someone they can trust.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground. But there's one more category that feels a bit risky.
Oh, what's that?
Illegal interview questions.
Yeah, those are a minefield.
We should definitely talk about those.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so we're back. And I gotta say, these last few questions in the book, they're really making me think.
Yeah.
They're less about, concrete skills and more about you as a person.
Your goals, your values, that kind of thing.
Exactly. Like the interviewer wants to get a sense of what motivates you, what makes you tick.
It's about seeing if your values align with the company culture.
Yeah. Okay, so one question that always kind of throws me off is, what are your goals?
Mm-hmm.
It seems simple enough, but I always get nervous, like I need to have this super detailed 5-year plan.
I get it. It's easy to feel like you need to impress them with some grand vision.
Right, but what are they actually looking for?
They want to see your ambition, your direction, how you see yourself growing.
And that this job fits into that plan.
Exactly. So instead of being vague, try connecting your goals to the specific role.
Okay, so I could say something like, I'm looking to gain more experience in whatever, and I see this role as a way to contribute to company goals.
Perfect. You're showing them you've thought about how your growth aligns with their needs.
Okay, now for the question that I think stumps everyone. How do you define success?
Ooh, yeah, that's a big one.
It feels so personal, so philosophical.
It is personal, and that's why it's so powerful.
But like, what are they looking for? What kind of answer do they want?
They want to understand what drives you, what a meaningful career looks like to you.
Okay, so do I just wax poetic about my values?
The best approach is to tell a story.
A story.
Yeah. Think of a time you felt truly successful. Maybe you achieved a challenging goal or overcame a difficult obstacle.
And you just walk them through that.
Exactly. Let them see your passion, your determination, the lessons you learned.
That's a really cool idea. It makes it so much more real. Okay, ready for a curveball?
Hit me.
Tell me something negative you've heard about our company.
Ooh, that is tricky.
It feels like a trap.
It definitely tests your diplomacy. The book warns against two extremes.
Which are?
Pretending you haven't heard anything negative, which makes you look unprepared.
Right.
Or just unloading a bunch of complaints, which, well, nobody wants to hear that.
So what's the right way to handle it?
Acknowledge the negative, but balance it with the positive. You might say, I have read some criticism about specific issue, but I've also seen positive initiative.
It shows you've done your research.
and that you're looking at the bigger picture.
Okay, I think we've covered pretty much everything. I feel so much more prepared to tackle those tough questions now.
It's not just about memorizing answers, it's about understanding the why behind the questions.
Right. It's about showcasing your thought process, your values, who you are as a person.
Exactly. Interviews are about connection, finding the right fit for both sides.
So be prepared, be yourself, and remember, even the toughest questions are a chance to share your story. And if you ever need a refresher, check out Hardest Job interview questions.
It's a great resource. And don't forget to share your experiences with us. We love hearing your stories, and maybe we'll even feature them in a future deep dive.
Absolutely. We're all in this together, figuring it out as we go. Until next time, keep those interview skills sharp, and we'll be back soon with another deep dive to spark your curiosity.